Hey everybody, hope y'all doing well today. I'm doing okay, I guess. My day's very long because my days are just long sometimes. So when your boss says, I'll be in at 11 and she comes in at 2:30 and you keep trying to make the day progress in it all, well, that's my day some days. Anyways, that's not what this is about. This is my review of last night's episode of The Walking Dead entitled Guardians. And we're at the halfway point on this backside of season 9. It's the 4th episode of this half. Yeah, I want to try to make this quick, but say that a lot and then that doesn't happen. Yeah, they start out with Lydia and Alpha conversating about what she learned, and you know, Alpha's intimidating, and that woman, at least in the suit, is quite intimidating as Alpha, like Alpha is in the comics. Although I wish they'd found someone. This is going to be a very picky thing, but I wish they'd found someone that had more of the egg-shaped head that Alpha does in the comics, because hers is more blunted and pugged on the show, and it just kind of takes me out of it when she takes the mask off. Now, I really wish that they would show what happened to Michonne and Daryl, because it's not in the comic books. And Michonne, I still like her, but a lot of people, are just not having her at all this season because she's so protected. And just like her going all the time on Gabriel and all of them over the radio. I mean, there's a similar situation in the comics because Eugene's one mainly doing the radio stuff there, but it's just not as heavy-handed. And Rosita trying to get in those britches, she's so damn beautiful. I don't know. Sorry, that's not very professional for a review, but I'm not very professional reviewer. Her and Gabriel thing, that's fine with me. No, I don't care one way or the other. I see why they've done the whispers, without, like they talked on Talking Dead, without the fires and stuff like they have in the comics. But it kind of don't make any sense. They could have a little fires, like smoldering. They could do something. I mean, I love a good rare steak, and I eat a lot of sushi, but you couldn't have a group eating tartare in that size without a lot of just a lot of stomach problems. And we finally get to see Beta, and that guy looks a whole lot like Beta in the comics, and acts a whole lot like him too. So I'm really liking that they're at least trying, even if they fuck the storyline up, do something different. At least they're trying to keep the characters at least true to form. Too many commercials, and I never edit this shit out. Gabriel and Eugene bit. It's good. It's good comedy. Although I know a lot of people would say, well, you don't need that in this show. Well, yeah, you do. If something's too serious, it becomes silly just from the seriousness. Lydia and it almost could be a Lifetime movie because it's Lydia and Alpha just doing a lot of talking. Anyway, their main camp is a pretty large encampment. I still don't understand, like I said earlier in this, I still don't understand how they would go without fire. I think at least up in Washington, D.C., I mean, hell, I'm down here in North Carolina, and at least up here in the mountains, you're going to have some fire most of the year. And Michonne talking to Negan, sort of a callback to Rick. You know, Negan in the comics gets out though and meets up with Whispers, and he actually kills Alpha. So he actually helps him in the comics eventually, but I don't know if they'll follow that storyline here or not. Daryl and the Deaf Girl, that's pretty good doing, I thought. Then the people trying to usurp Alpha's power, that was pretty good too. And the best I remember that happens in the comic, but I may be wrong. I like though that chick's head just popped clean off. On my family Facebook, I even said Mazel Tov. Her head popped off. Henry, I don't see Henry's storyline that they're trying to do like Carl's being as good, because there's an awkward sex scene with Lydia and Carl where she gets freaky with his eye, and maybe I'm wrong, but I don't see how they can beat the comic on that. It's pretty good conversation between Judith and Michonne. Like they said on Talking Dead, you know, she did win the argument. But you know, if Michonne's been that far up her ass worrying, that's gonna leave her oblivious to a lot of things. Which I don't know how you wouldn't notice that your daughter, stepdaughter, or whatever you want to call her, is talking to Negan a lot. I mean, it's right out in the open. All overall, really enjoyed this one. It gave a lot in a lot of places. I mean, yeah, there was some little draggy bits here and there, but nothing so bad that made it unwatchable, or, you know, anytime something started to drag, they didn't leave it on there long enough to really hold it back. Yeah. And they're going to the fair, which in the comics, the fair's it's at Alexandria. And several people will die soon, because 12 people die in the comics. But I'm sure they're going to pick different people this time. And I like how Daryl and the Deaf Girl just pop out of nowhere and save everybody. But it's setting up to hopefully be a good episode next week, but I have a fear that it will probably not be. It will probably be everything good in the episodes in the trailer. And maybe I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. But you know, a lot of times they have a good first half and then they're kind of spotty until the last one. But we'll just have to say we got 4 more left this season, and we at least do have another season that I'm aware of. So there's that. I know they said they wanted to go to 12 seasons, but they've lost so many fair weather fans that I don't know. Of course, it's still making them money, so it might be on. I don't think it'd be on as long as The Simpsons, but it'd be nice if they could do 13 seasons. That would be cool. Altogether, not 13 more. But anyways, that's all I got for y'all today. I know I went on probably way too long. We'll see y'all tomorrow. For YouTube Jim.